Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason.
This next bout is for the Light Heavyweight Championship, scheduled for one fall.
Okay, hold up. Look, I don't want to get picky, but the weight limit in the light heavyweight division is normally between 180 and 220 pounds depending on where you look. This guy is not 220 pounds. He might be 250 pounds with both of his legs missing in a severe but sudden case of muscle atrophy, but fine, he's the light heavyweight champion. Probably got the belt and then pumped himself full of HGH until he could suplex a moving car. Yoshi P, all I ask is that if I win, can I get a physical title belt to throw over my shoulder and carry around for the rest of the tier? Time to learn about light heavyweight M3. Simplified. As you zone in, there will be a fiery puddle around the outside of the arena. Touching this wall will give you a burns dot tick for 15 seconds. Brutal Impact will be several raid-wide AoEs one after the other. There isn't much else to this other than to think he's already rage quitting. Knuckle Sandwich will give the off-tank a tank buster stack marker, so the tanks will need to stack up away from the rest of the party to mitigate and take this. And everyone else shouldn't stand with the tanks or else you'll find out what it's like to be punched really hard in the face. Brute Bomber will move to the north end of the arena and cast Brutal Lariat. He will hold one of his arms up which will begin to charge up with energy. When the cast ends, he will dash across the arena in a straight line. This will create a cleaving straight line AoE that will extend from the side of his hitbox through the middle of the arena all the way to the wall on the same side where his arm has gathered energy. Getting hit by this will give you an unassumable 15 seconds sustained damage dot tick and a stack of trauma. Getting 2 stacks of trauma will give you an assumable 6-second concussion debuff which will render you unable to move or perform actions until the debuff is dispelled or it expires. After this will be another Brutal Lariat, but this will be from the opposite side to whichever one was performed first. After this second Lariat has been performed, Bomber will move into the middle of the arena, face a random party member and cast Murderous Mist. This will be a 270 degree AoE in the direction he's facing. The way to dodge this attack is to get directly behind him and stare at his chiseled gluteus maximus muscles. Failing to do this will give you a hard hit, a Von Stack, and an assumable poison dot tick. Following this will be the cast of Barbarous Barrage. This will create 4 meteor towers on the intercardinal points of the arena. These towers will also have a knockback indicator in them. Only one person needs to soak the damage of the tower, and when a person stands in these towers, they will get a blue glow around them. Everyone who takes these towers will need to position themselves to be pushed towards the open area of the arena to avoid being knocked into the wall. Alternatively, you can use knockback immunity to nullify the push. If a tower is missed, it will explode and give everyone a Von Stack. After these go off, Brute Bomber will face a random cardinal direction and cast Fire Spin. This will be a 45 degree conal AoE in the direction he's facing, along with rotating arrows that will be pulsating and showing which way he will spin. If Pokemon has taught me anything, he'll do this for between 2 to 5 turns depending on the weather or if he gets knocked out by Hydro Pump. When the cast ends, he will fire off conal AoEs one after the other in the direction of the rotating arrows. There will be 8 conal AoEs that will cause Brute Bomber to complete one revolution. The easiest way to combat this is to stand next to the first conal AoE and wait for it to go off before moving into it and waiting for the mechanic to finish. Getting hit by a conal AoE will give you a Von Stack. Brute Bomber will then cast Fuses of Fury. 8 bombs will spawn on the cardinal and intercardinal points around the arena. There will be one of 2 different lengths of fuse connected to all bombs. 4 of them will have a short fuse and 4 of them will have a long fuse. There will be words on the screen and in the chat that say the fuses are ignited. This will start the countdown for the bombs exploding. The 4 bombs that will have a short fuse will go off in just a few seconds. These bombs will explode in a medium-sized circular AoE. You'll need to stand underneath the bomb that has a longer fuse. Wait for the shorter fuse bombs to explode and then move into where they were to avoid the longer fuse bombs. Getting hit by any bomb will give you a hard hit and a Von Stack. After another Brutal Lariat and Fuses of Fury, Brute Bomber will move into the middle of the arena and say, "Don't mind me, throat's a bit parched." He will then drink a banned compound. I believe the kids call this Prime Hydration. Drinking this will cause him to be disqualified. Luckily, this is professional wrestling rules and getting DQ'd doesn't mean anything. Bomber will get the buff of Doped for the remainder of the fight. This will enhance all of his attacks from this point. Brutal Lariat will now be upgraded to Lariat Combo. Instead of doing one Brutal Lariat, he'll perform 2 in succession. One from the north side and then another one immediately afterwards from the south side. You'll need to watch for which arm he raises after he finishes the first dash and dodge into the appropriate safe zone. This first one will always have the safe zones on the opposite sides of the arena, so get ready to run to the other side after the first Lariat goes off. Brutal Burn will give one player a stack marker. Group up to share the damage. After another Brutal Impact Rage Quit, he'll perform another Lariat combo, but this time the safe zone will be on the same side, so you don't have to move as he performs the double set of Lariats. Fire Spin will now be upgraded to Infernal Spin. This will be the same mechanic as Fire Spin, but will now have a point-blank AoE that will expand outwards into larger donut AoEs. So the easy trick for this one is to stand outside of the point-blank AoE and wait for the first conal AoE to go off. Then move into the spot where the conal AoE and the point-blank AoE overlapped. Then dodge the next set of point-blank and donut AoEs as Brute Bomber completes the evolution of conal AoEs. Getting hit by either the point blank or donut AoE will give you a heavy hit and a Vuln stack. As the last conal AoE is fired off, 4 random players will get a red and black AoE at their feet. There will be 3 sets of these red and black AoEs, so you'll need to get out of these as best you can. Getting hit by any of these AoEs will give you a Vuln stack. As these get put down, Brute Bomber will perform another Lariat combo, so avoid the red and black AoEs and get into the safe zone for the first Lariat dash. There will be another Brutal Burn stack marker followed by another Rage Quit before Fuses of Fury and Lariat combo happen at the same time. So you'll need to wait for the first set of bombs to explode before moving into the spots where the bombs just went off inside of the Lariat safe zone. Then it's another Rage Quit and another Tank Buster stack marker followed by Barbarous Barrage knockback Meteor Towers with Fuses of Fury. You'll need to position yourself to be knocked towards a long fuse bomb or use knockback immunity to dodge the explosions. When this ends, there will be another Murderous Mist 270-degree AoE and a stack marker. From here, mechanics will overlap and repeat until Brute Bomber has been defeated. Congratulations, you have defeated M3. My name is The Scrub. Thank you for watching.